This is the last video for polygons for the Unit 4 materials. What you need to do is pause the video and see how many of these you can figure out on your own. I want to point out the letters though because they are a little fuzzy. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, there is no I, J, K, there is no L, M, N, P. You don't have to solve them in that order. For example, I think C is the easiest one to do, but solve them in whatever way works for you. Pause the video, try it on your own first, and then turn the video back on. I just wanted to make it a little bigger. All right, here we go. So, C. How big is C? If you said 90 degrees, you're awesome. Good job. What about A? A is indeed 116 degrees. Now, you may say to yourself that B is 98, but that would be horribly, horribly wrong. So, of course, you're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to say that A and B together add up to 180 degrees because they are between parallel lines. 180 minus 116 is 64 degrees. You'll notice that these do not add up to 180 degrees. They are not between parallel lines, so be very careful. Now that I know that A and B add up to 180 degrees, I wonder what 98 and D add up to. If you said 180 degrees, you are correct. So let's see, that brings me to 100. D is 82 degrees. I wonder how large this angle is. It's 82 degrees. And you may be asking yourself, Miss Meyer, why do I need that? Because I'm looking at F. And F is in this shape right here. So if I can figure out as many of these angles as possible, then I can solve for F. How large is this angle? Don't say 82. Don't say 98 either, that's weird. It's 116 degrees. Where did I get 116 from? Either the alternate exterior or the corresponding angles. Now I need my calculator again because these numbers are getting kind of spicy and I don't need to make a silly mistake. How many degrees in a five-sided object? 540 is correct. I'm going to subtract 82, subtract 116, subtract 138, and subtract. Interesting that those were congruent. They're not congruent because of any special reason, just by happenstance. And F is 88 degrees. Now, look at G, look at F, look at G, and then I got this thing down here, and then G and F. How many degrees should that be? If you said 360, you are correct and you're awesome. If you didn't say 360, make a note and study. Circular spaces have 360 degrees. 360 minus 88 minus 122, and what do you got? G is 150 degrees. If we look at G, it's very close to being flat, so I'm okay that saying G is 150 degrees. Well, let's see, what else can we do? Can we say that J and 87 add up to 180 degrees? No, you cannot, because they are not parallel lines. Can I say that J and K are congruent? No, you cannot. They are on parallel lines, but one is acute and one is obtuse. But there's something over here, and you'll notice where I'm circling, that may help you. If C is 90 degrees, this angle is also 90 degrees. How many degrees in a four-sided object? 360 minus, 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 you'll get your J. Let's go ahead and do that. So 360 minus 90 minus 77 minus 87, and we are left with 106 degrees. Are you noticing how I say 106 degrees and not just 106? J and K are supplementary. They are not congruent. Just be very careful. So let's see, that would bring me up to 110, so I'm at 74 degrees. I wonder how I'd get N. I wonder how I would get M. I only have these two angles. Well, isn't this M? No, this is 90 degrees. Woohoo. Do you know how large this angle is? 74. So again, how many sides does this shape have? How many sides does this shape have? It has 4 sides, so it's 360 degrees minus, 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 you get M. And you may be saying to yourself, well, that's good because the only way to get N is to do 360 minus. Nope, there's another way to get N. Isn't this angle also 90 degrees? Don't I also have a 4-sided object? Couldn't I also do 360 minus, minus, minus? That's pretty cool. Let's talk about E and P. These make people angry every year. It's not so bad. Look at the shape that they're in. Boop. It's a 4-sided shape, so there's 360 degrees in there. Do I know how large this angle is? It's the supplement to 82, so it's 98 degrees. Do I know how large this angle is? Don't say 116, you'll break my heart. It's 64 degrees. Good job. So I go to my handy dandy calculator and I say I have 360 degrees minus 98 minus 64. I have 198. Okay, E is obviously not 198 degrees, but E and P are marked congruent. So that means these two angles are the same. What should I do with this number to get just one of these? You should divide by 2. So E is 99 degrees and so is P. Awesome. Good job. If you can do this, the problems on the test are cake.